Okay, I made a quick video on how to change your 2011 Ford Fiesta blower. The big thing is you have to get all the pedal assembly out of the way before you can even remove it. But I made a list of the steps that need to be taken. The first thing that you do is disconnect your car battery, because when the brake pedal is removed, your brake light will constantly be on. And then once you've done that, you remove the 12 millimeter bolt and lock washer from your from your steering shaft and swing it out of the way. The next step is you'll need to remove your gas pedal by taking the two 13 millimeter nuts off the gas pedal and unplugging the electrical connection to it. Then you'll want to remove the blue plastic tab that holds the brake pedal to the rubber boot. And it has these little side tabs that you push in on, and then you just pull it straight out. After that, you'll want to remove the large bolt that the brake pedal swings on. It's held on by a great big 14 millimeter bolt and nut. And then sometimes it needs a little help. You want to tap it out. Is what I did. I don't have a rubber mallet, so I just used a little piece of wood or something softer than metal, like a 2x4, and tapped on it to get it started to remove it from the metal tube. And then you just wiggle the pedal down because it's under pressure, because it's almost like a spring-loaded metal clamp that you just have to kind of wiggle it out of. And then you'll want to remove all the remaining nuts that hold the bracket to the pedal assembly. And there's one up on top that's really hard to get to. And I find that a 13 millimeter ratcheting wrench can fit up inside there to get that. You have to get that nut that's way up there, that's kind of behind a metal tube. And once you get all of those nuts off, then you can work the bracket off. So you just kind of angle it and try to work it out. But once you get it down where you can see everything, you can remove the plastic fasteners that hold the electrical wires onto the bracket. There's three of them. There's one on the left, one on the right, and one up on top. They're just little, you just kind of wiggle them out. They're just little black plastic connectors. And then also, once you get the bracket down, you can take these two wire connectors that go to the brake pedal switch that turns on and off the brake lights. You can unplug those, because it's virtually impossible to get to those without having the bracket down. And then once you have that entire assembly or bracket off the car, then you can get to the blower motor. And it takes a 20T torque fitting to get those screws off. So those screws, there's 3 screws and they're 20T. And once you get those off, then you can disconnect the quick release electrical plug that plugs into the blower motor. And what you'll have to do is push in on the plug to quickly, and so then you can pull it straight out and release the wire. And then you just kind of angle and start working the motor out of its place and put the new one in and just reverse the entire process. All right, thanks. And I got video clips now that show you little tidbits of what I'm talking about. Okay, the first step is to take a 12mm socket and back the bolt off from the steering shaft. The lock washer. I just pulled it straight up and swung it out of the way. I just set it right there. My next step is to free up the brake pedal assembly, or the brake pedal, by taking that blue tab off so I can free it from the boot that goes to the master cylinder. And then further, and I gotta remove some wires that are just connected to the housing. And there's a bolt that it swivels on that I gotta remove. First off though, I gotta go ahead and take that blue tab off right there. If you can see it. I'll take that blue tab off and remove the little plastic fasteners that go to the wire that arches over the assembly. You can see it's a spring-loaded blue tab that holds the brake pedal to the master cylinder. If I do anything else, I need to take off the 3 bolts that hold the gas pedal on. That way I can more easily get to the wires to disconnect the fasteners. You'll see what I mean, but first I gotta take these 3 bolts off. Oh, I'm sorry. Over at the gas pedal. Here we go. There should be, yeah, there's 3. There's 1, 2, 3. The gas pedal. And then I can pull it forward to unplug the wire that goes to the gas pedal. By the way, the socket to the gas pedal is, it's a 13mm. Well, the wires that plug into the gas pedal, there's a little tab here you push in on to release it, and then it comes up the gas pedal, which is completely electric. So anyhow, it's just an electric gas pedal. Okay, now I'm going to take the 4 bolts that are around the master cylinder connection, to the brakes. There's 4 bolts. That was kind of dark right there, but there's 4 bolts. Basically, I'm just trying to free up this entire pedal assembly so I can get the blower out, which is back in there. So now the brake pedal assembly, it swivels on this bolt here that is attached to the pedal assembly bracket, and it takes a 14mm. I had to put a wrench on this side and then a socket on this side. I don't know why I'm saying that part, but anyhow, so I took that off because that's the only way to get that bracket off, because there's not enough clearance, so I did that. See the the brake pedal, it swivels right there on that tube right there. And just behind that is one final bolt. It's 13mm that holds the whole pedal assembly on, or this whole bracket. So I took off all the bolts, so it should be able to come off now. I'll try it out. I'll try to tug this aluminum bracket off. But yeah, that's the only way to be able to get to your blower, is to take this whole thing off. I forgot to show you that these electric switches, they go to the brake pedal, and it controls the brake light. So you have to disconnect the 2 wires that plug into the two holes here. They have like quick release buttons on them. So here's the aluminum, I guess it's aluminum, the bracket that the pedals go on. So that's out of the way now. So now I can start taking the 3 bolts. They're torque bolts that are on the blower. I'll tell you the size here in a second. Well, I worked out the old one, and I took out the torque screws, and there's like a release to unplug the wire, where basically you push in on the backside and it does a quick release. But anyhow, there's 3 torque screws that hold it in. You just got to work it out. Now I'm just going to reverse the process and put this used one that I bought on eBay in there. So anyhow, talk to you later.